When you first subscribe for an OpenStack Cloud, you will receive an email for your dashboard login, which contains your username and password. Firstly, follow the URL in the email to browse the login page. Enter the username and initial password provided to you from the email, then click on Connect. You may change the password in the settings. To create an instance, proceed to the Instances tab under Project, Compute, and click on Launch Instance. In the Details section, enter a name for your new instance. You can leave Availability Zone and Count on default. Click Next. In the Source section, specify your volume size in GB, and from the list, select the image that you wish to use for your instance. Click Next. In the Flavor section, select the specification of your instance, such as vCPU and memory. Click Next. In the Networks section, use the provided public network as the network for your instance. Click Next. You may skip the Network Ports section, as network ports will be automatically assigned for your instance. Click Next. In the Key Pair section, create a new key pair for your instance by clicking on Create Key Pair. The private key in PEM format will be automatically downloaded for you. Click Next. Note: please keep the key pair safe, as you cannot re-obtain or recover the key pair in any way if you have lost it. For the configuration, server groups, scheduler hints, and metadata sections, leave everything to default. Click Launch Instance. Your instance creation is successful if the power state is running. An IP address will also be allocated to your instance. You may perform more action from the drop-down menu as required. After you have created your instance, you might also want to modify or create a security group to manage and filter the traffic through your instance. To manage your security groups, look for the Security Groups tab under Project, Network. You can add or delete the rules in the default security group directly or create a new security group. Some common rules to add to the security groups are ICMP, SSH, and RDP, which allows you to connect and log into your instance. You may add more rules to the list depending on your setup and requirements. You will also receive an additional email with your private key file attached in a zip file if we have pre-created the instance for you. Firstly, download the zip file that contains your private key file, either PEM or PPK. Proceed to extract the content of the zip file with any archive software like WinZip or WinRAR. You will be prompted for a password to extract the content. You can check for the password from your customer portal by browsing through the link provided in the email. To convert your private key file from PEM format to PPK, first, you need to load the PEM key file into Putty, then save it in PPK format. In order to remote access to your Linux instance, you need a SSH client, for example Putty. You need to allow port 22 for SSH in the security group by following the steps in the previous section. Go to the Instance tab under Project, Compute to obtain the IP address of your instance. Connect to your instance using Putty by specifying the IP address and port of the instance, and attach the private key file in PPK format as well. Lastly, login as user the CentOS. Username will differ according to Linux distribution. Note: no password is required because private key pair is used for authentication. You need to allow port 3389 for RDP in the security group by following the steps in the previous section. In order to remote access to your Windows instance, you need to use the Remote Desktop Connection client on Windows. The Windows logon password is encrypted using your private key. You can obtain the password by using the Retrieve Password function from the Action drop-down menu and select your private key in order to decrypt the password.